but also making sure that you are safe. That has been a priority from day one, that you remain safe, that our faculty and staff remain safe, because on the other side of COVID, we want to be here. And I tease and say we want to have the t-shirt that says we survived COVID. And so in order to do that, we have to be safe, and we have to make sure that we factor in that, yes, we want you to continue your goals, and yes, we are concerned about enrollment and retention and all of that, but we are more concerned about your health and safety and your wellness. And so that has been a priority. And so without further ado, you have a great lineup, a great program, and I look forward to hearing the presentations that will be given to you about what we're doing to support you. But I am mostly looking forward to hearing from you, your questions, and we will do our best to answer you today. And anything that we're not able to answer today, we will follow up. So I will take my virtual seat and turn it back over to your illustrious SGA president and also lovely Miss Shannon Crowder.
Thank you, Dr. Hall. We are now going to have Dr. Nikita, who will share a little bit about Navigate.
Good afternoon, Salukis. I hope all is well. My name is Nikita, Dr. Nikita Ashford Ashworth. I'm the Director of Advising Academic Support, and also Veteran Affairs falls under that area. You can reach me on, we are working remotely. I'm at all campuses once we return back to campus. And if you need to contact me, you can contact me by my email, nlashford@southwest.tn.edu, or you can call me at 901-333-4287, and that will be located in the chat as well. So what I want to talk to you about today is why Student Navigate. Why did we move to Student Navigate? Now, in your portal, you will find the icon that looks like the little house, the Congress building, but it's called Student Navigate. We wanted you to have a place where you can go, one place where you can go and make appointments. This is an opportunity. Navigate is actually a mobile app that helps you take charge of your student experience here at Southwest. It includes links to help you be successful, such as you can do to-do list, schedule appointments, which is important, with professional academic advisors, your tutors, and other departments. You can make your academic plan or your certificate program. You can plan out your entire 2 years here at Southwest. And guess what? It was started July 1st, you'll be able to register in the Student Navigate app. So you can sign up for student buddies or groups and connect with other students in the classroom. You can also map out your courses again for the next semester. So advising, it's a collaboration between our office and you. So we want you to understand where you are in the process. When people ask you, well, how close are you to graduation? We want you to know. And guess what? If you go through Student Navigate, you will know that information. So it's a collaboration, but not only that, it's an enhancing our technology. It's where you can find resources in one place. And that's the optimum word, one place. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I would love to answer them, but you can find this information in your My Southwest portal under Student Navigate. Click that, go ahead and go through. You'll find that you'll have to answer just a few little questions. From there, start your to-do list and get started taking charge of your experience at Southwest. So next we have up is Mr. Michael D. Boyd, and he's the Chief Information Officer here at Southwest. In other words, he's the computer man. Mr. Michael.
Good afternoon. I want to talk to you about a couple of things that we want to offer. One of the things we get asked the most at our help desk is how do we reset passwords? So I'll walk you through how to do that. I'll walk you through how to download Office on your desktop at home, and I'm going to talk to you about our laptop loaner program. So if you go to our portal, my.southwest.tn.edu, you will see down there that we have a link that says reset password. So you'll click the link. Once you click the link, you'll enter in your banner ID or your Southwest ID and your last name. After you enter this, you'll get asked a few more questions and you'll be able to reset your password on your own. The next thing I want to talk to you about is making sure that you're aware that as a student here at Southwest Tennessee Community College, you can download the desktop version of Office on your home computer. So you'll be able to get 5 different versions, so you up to 5 different devices. So you can put it on your laptop, which is either Windows device, a Mac device, or even your tablet. So you'll go to portal.office.com. You'll click the Install Office. It'll pop up where it says Other Options. Once you click that option, you'll click Install Office. And again, this will download the desktop version on your home computer. And as long as you're a student here at Southwest Tennessee Community College, you will be active. Once you're not a student, your access goes away. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the laptop loaner program. So this year we purchased 3,500 laptops for you, our students, because we understood that some students may not have the equipment at home to be able to access your classes. And so we wanted to do every effort we could to be able to decrease that digital divide for you. So as long as you register for classes, you will see this icon in your portal. And once you click on this icon, you will be able to fill out an application. We'll get the application, we'll approve the application, and we will let you know you've been approved via your Southwest email, as well as we will text the number that you put in the application. So this is for all of our students. So if you haven't applied, we still have laptops available. Please go out and apply. We will get the laptop to you very quickly. We have handouts now on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If those times don't work for you, you work with our help desk. They'll be able to get a time for you to come in and get your laptop. But again, we have laptops available. We got them so that you would have the opportunity to be able to take your classes without hesitation. So please go ahead and do that program. And while I'm on this slide, I want to let you know of a couple of other things that we have available. Now you can get your ID card online. You can get your parking decal. And if you want to get your electronic refunds a lot sooner, please sign up for the electronic refunds program. Next up, we'll have Dean Jeremy Burnett.
Thanks, Mr. Boyd. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Jeremy Burnett. I'm the Dean of Faculty Support, and I wanted to talk to you for just a minute about Saluqi-Degree or DegreeWorks. What it is a degree audit system. What that means is that when you log into DegreeWorks, you can use it to track your progress to graduation. It'll take all of the courses that you've taken or may have transferred in and sort of fit them in where they fit in on your degree path, your declared major. And so it does that automatically. We'll look at that in the next slide. You can also use it to explore what if you're thinking about changing majors to something else, you can do a what if in there. And if your major is currently business and you're thinking of switching to engineering, you could select engineering and see what would happen, which courses would apply to that, to see how far or how much longer it might take you to complete that major instead. If you're receiving financial aid, specifically if you're receiving federal financial aid, one of the things that you may have seen this semester is you got emails that said certain courses may not have been paid for based on federal financial aid requirements. So DegreeWorks, Saluqi-Degree, does that in the background. It actually looks at the courses you're registered for. And if you're receiving federal financial aid, those requirements only allow federal aid to pay for courses that apply to your degree. So it does that. And then when you're ready to graduate and you fill out that graduation application, again, in the background, Saluqi-Degree looks at that to make sure that you have completed all your graduation requirements so that process can be as automated as possible as well. And finally, you can see Saluqi-Degree, just like Dr. Nikita said, and Mr. Boyd said. All of this is in your My Southwest portal, and you'll see a link that looks like the icon at the bottom of the screen there, sort of that mortarboard, that graduation cap with Saluqi-Degree under it. What we're going to look at now is a screen when you log into Saluqi-Degree. This is what you see. I've got a make-believe student, Mickey Mouse, pulled up. First thing you'll notice I wanted to draw your attention to is when you log in, it'll show you, it'll run this degree audit automatically, and it'll show you what program of study, what major it ran it against. So for Mickey Mouse, his major is the AAS in business with that concentration in management. The next thing you'll see is the requirements toward the completion of your degree, both the requirements and the credit hours. For Mickey, he's 35% done with all of his requirements to graduate. So he's almost a third, or a little more than a third of the way done. That's great. The next thing I want to show is as you look at this, it'll show you all the requirements. Requirements that are met or completed will have that green check box as we saw with that communications class. Your English Composition 1 for Mickey is already met. It was actually met by a transfer from the University of Memphis and shows that specific information there. If there are requirements that are not met yet, those show in red with an empty box, as we see in this natural sciences or mathematics example at the bottom of the screen. And it shows that the specific course that Mickey needs to take is Introductory Statistics. That's the Math 1530. One really neat option for that is if you click on Math 1530, it will automatically pull up the course description for what that course is and show future offerings for that course so you can start to consider what your schedule would look like as you move into using Student Navigate to do that. I also wanted you to see that further down on Mickey's audit, what you'll see is courses that Mickey has registered for but not yet completed. Those are shown this light blue and have that tilde in the box, meaning that this course is almost complete, except for courses that Mickey's either. Then as we scroll to the bottom of that page, we see courses not applicable to this major. These are courses that Mickey has taken that don't apply to his current degree. So in Mickey's case, he had some transfer courses that didn't apply. In some cases, maybe if you changed majors or took a course that didn't count, those would show up here. I hope that gives you a better introduction to DegreeWorks and what it actually looks like when you sign in. One of the neat things about it is it gives you real-time information. So as soon as you drop or add a class, you can go in and check DegreeWorks to make sure it counts. It'll show that information right then. You can access it anytime, 24/7, right there from your portal. And I just want to make sure to encourage you to engage with your professional academic advisor, someone on Dr. Nikita's team, to work with and look at these audits to make sure you're staying on track. All right, next up, I'm going to turn this back over to our SGA president, Shannon Crowder.
Thank you. When asking questions, students are asked to raise the raise your hand button until recognized. Once recognized, please unmute your mic and ask your question. Please lower your hand after you ask your question and click your mute button. If you have to leave before you can ask your question, please just ask in the chat section. So if anybody has a question, go ahead and raise your hand. Yes, Elaine.
My name is Elaine Swain. I'm long-winded, but I'm in a situation. I am a senior at Southwest Community College, thanks to all the fine staff that I had in the past. When I came to Southwest Community College, I didn't even know how to use a computer, but I know how to run my mouth to get the system that I want. And some of the best help and some of the best people has touched me from day one. Yes, I have many disabilities, but the problem I'm having now, I'm not going to call the professor name. I am a business major. I am a veteran. I am an ordained minister, and I know a lot. But I am reaching out because I need assistance in business finance. I have disabilities. I've been through an 18-wheeler trailer going 45 miles per hour. I have been a lot of accident over 20. Recently, June. But I'm having problems in this class. Because of Southwest has made me great, I want to keep my credentials. I have been nominated to the Lifetime Leadership and Success. I have been nominated to ask, do this and do that. I would do all I can for Southwest, but I need Southwest to get behind me and help me with this one course. I have reached out to many people. Two, I have a situation. Why is the computer giving us one grade on this end, and when it's submitted, we get another grade? I'm in a dilemma about that. Two, we are having this meeting on Teams. Why is it going in and out? I feel that a lot of people may be in my situation, but they are not able to face the situation they're having because maybe they don't want to feel they don't want to listen. But I feel that I need to address this point. I am 4 credits from getting my degree at age 57. I'm in Southwest because I feel that the world needs positive people. And Southwest has made me great. When I leave here, this gonna be a song that I would sing, and my email and my telephone number. I need everybody to call me. I need the tutoring I need at the present minute. The accounting teacher is the accounting student. The accounting person is not working this semester. That's a problem too. It's in business finance. And I need for someone to help me. I need help. I'm not dumb. I just have to receive it a different way. But, as I leave Southwest, I'm going to feel good for the rest of my life, knowing that I had the best teachers. It's a lady, her name is Frances somebody up here. Her name is Frances something. She's in the Department of Fine Arts. I had a situation this summer, and the type of person I likes to do well. I want to do well, and I got a call from the chairman of the Fine Arts. Her name is Frances something. I don't mean to disrespect her, and she helped me. But it was cute the way it happened. I was going through a lot, and this new Teams is different than in person. So I asked the teacher to help me. She sent me a Rubik, and what she do that for? She set it off. But sometimes we need feedback. I was in a wilderness. I needed some feedback. So when she said that Rubik to me, I said, "No, I asked you for feedback. I asked you for help. You send me a Rubik. That ain't helping the situation." What I'm saying is, but the chair department, I must have scared the lady because I told her some situation that people have committed suicide because they don't reach out for help. You'd be surprised when people are thirsty, when people are hungry, what they'll do because they're not able to face the situation. I went to school for cosmetology, and it was a lady could not get her hair done that day. She went home, committed suicide. All she needed was some patience. Then I had a classmate to commit suicide. I wasn't committing suicide. Southwest is too good for me. I'm trying for help, but I ain't gonna stop till I get it. But I know something is wrong because my gut feeling, it's not me crying, it's the gut feeling that keep me coming to Southwest. It's got me crying, but I'm not crying for myself. I'm crying because I know Southwest can get behind me and give me that push that I need to keep me going. I'm in Southwest to help. I want to help the people. I want to help everybody. And the Southwest is making me great. I can't stop now. But when I leave Southwest, this is one song I'm going to take with me, and I'm going to look back. Bobby Womack sung this song. No matter how high I get, I still be looking back to you. I don't care how high I get. The military didn't put me there. Southwest put me there. And I always look back to you all because I know when I have a problem, you're going to come to my rescue. I need y'all to come to my rescue a quick, fast and hairy. I need someone to help me. I'm in quicksand now. Thank you.
Well, Miss Swain, I have a feeling that you were already great before you became a student at Southwest, just based on listening to you. And we are really honored to have you on the Southwest team and in the Southwest family. And I tried to keep note of a lot of the things that you have mentioned. And I think there are a number of people on this call that can assist you. But the first, you talked about your business finance challenges, and with being so close to your goal, we certainly will definitely support you in making sure that you understand what you need to be successful in that class. And we do have our academic support center, and I think I'm not sure if he's on the call, but Mr. Ron Claxton, our associate director, I believe his title is, of the academic support center, is the person that can assist with making sure that you have the tutoring necessary to be successful. But I would always encourage students that if you have not already spoken to the faculty member, and you may have done that already, but if you have not done that, that is your best resource. If you're having challenges in a particular class, is to talk with the faculty member that's teaching that class. Sometimes students are a little hesitant to talk to the faculty members, but they are the best people to talk to about how to be successful in the class that they teach. The Academic Support Center is that added support as well. And so from a classroom perspective, the faculty, and you have the Academic Support Center under the leadership of Mr. Claxton. You talked about your grades. I'm not quite sure I understood all of that, but I would say, because most of what you've talked about has been under academic affairs, Dr. Kendricks Hooker is our Vice President for Academic Affairs, and he would be a person to talk to. And Mr. Dr. Hooker, if you're on the call, and I think you are, please feel free to show your face so that she can know who you are, and you can help her continue to be great, because she's already great, but to continue to be great. So Dr. Hooker, if you are visible, my screen only shows so many people. If you can let Ms. Swain see who you are, and so she can contact you about the other areas that you mentioned in terms of academic affairs. You did mention also about meeting on Teams and why does it go out. And I'm thinking you may be talking about maybe having some challenges with Teams if it freezes or if you can't get connected. Again, not sure of the source of the problem, but you did hear from, as Dr. Nikita called him, the computer man. Michael Boyd is our Chief Information Officer. He's on the call. And so you have some support in that area as well. And Michael, I can see you on my screen, but Ms. Swain, I'm not sure you can see. Michael, if you wave your hand, he's the one that just spoke. And so anything dealing with IT, you have Michael, Mr. Boyd, he has an excellent staff that can help you with that if it's on the college's end. Now, of course, if it's connectivity issues where you reside, that's not something we would have control over. But in terms of if it's from the college's standpoint, we can assist you. So you had a lot of different areas that you needed support, but again, we're here for you. Dr. Hooker is here, and we can put his contact information in the chat as well, so that you can be able to contact him directly. And I'm sure someone who knows better than I how to put stuff in chats can put his information in the chat so that you can look at the chat and get Dr. Hooker's information, Mr. Ron Claxton's information, as well as Mr. Boyd's information. So hopefully I covered everything that addresses some of the issues that you mentioned. And thank you for thinking so highly of Southwest. We always appreciate our students very much, and we appreciate hearing the positives, and we appreciate hearing where we need to improve as well.
And also, Miss Swain, I want to also let you know that Mr. Claxton just put in the chat that he's working on the tutor as we speak for you. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right,
Thank
and
you. I know you're gonna do it.
We had another question from Nadir. You can unmute your mic. You're still muted.
Chapter 6 of one from business one.
I think we can almost hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Untitled Chapter 6 of my homework.
I seem like I see
Untitled Chapter 6 of my
his microphone is muted, I think.
If you would like to ask it in the chat box, we can go ahead and answer that for you.
He's talking about business finance also. He needs help with chapter 6. We in the same
Okay,
class.
another tutor for him as well.
Okay, another tutor. Okay, we got it.
We'll get on that for him too.
Thank you for your question.
Marcelino Foster, I see your hand is raised.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Shannon. I would like to first say that I am grateful for this opportunity, and thank you to everyone being here today to hear the voice of your humble students. My question centers around student support. I sometimes hear concerns from students about the process of receiving support from admissions when a problem occurs. Would you mind detailing policies that are in place to ensure effective communication between the student body and the administration?
Thank you, Mr. Foster, for your question. And we do have Vice President for Student Affairs, Jacqueline Faulkner, is on the call, and under her umbrella includes admissions. And so, Ms. Faulkner, if you would take this question.
Hello, Marcelino. Thank you for your very astute questions. Good to see you. We certainly have been working through trying to ensure that we optimize ways to connect with students in this virtual environment. We understand, as Dr. Hall said in the beginning, this is a different environment. So we've had to overcome a few challenges on the front end. Initially in March, when we moved to remote work, we didn't immediately have the ability for students to contact their admissions counselor in real time because we did not have telephones. So we've worked with IT now that we have developed soft phones. It's in essence the same telephone system that we have in the office, so that students can either contact their admissions, financial aid, advisor, any of the departments that report to me, either through email or via telephone. And so you should be able to look under the website under Student Affairs Online that has real-time telephone numbers where you can actually call and reach a real-time person. Now, I will state, especially during the peak season, whereas we had a combination of students who would come into offices and students who would call offices. At this point, since everyone is remote, everything is being done either virtually through Teams or through telephone. So that means that the wait time heightens just a bit. And so what we've asked is that students will give us at least 24 to 48 hours to respond if we're not able to get to you in real time. But you should be able to go to the Student Services Online. It's a part of the new website, and there's a COVID link that actually connects you to every department. And even the actual departments have updated their web pages so that you can know who your enrollment specialist is, who your professional academic advisor is, who your financial aid specialist is, because we consider that the triage of people who support you, and you can be able to contact them directly. If you run into concerns and hear students as a student leader having concerns about reaching their specialists, their financial aid or enrollment team or advisors directly, and they're not getting that response in the time that we've stated, please always feel free to contact my office. And my executive assistant also has a real-time telephone. Her name is Miss Gloria Riley, and she serves as a liaison with all of the departments, the 20 departments that report into my division. So you always have an avenue. And if that first avenue does not work, be sure to reach out to my office. And I see that Ms. Thomas in marketing has updated the chat with the link to student services online.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michaela, you have a question? And you're still muted, hun.
Muted.
Yes, you know she's still muted. We can go to Aviera McCarthy while Michaela figures out her microphone situation.
Hi, thank you. So my question was about campus. Like I see there are places like the cafeteria that have opened now. And I was just wondering like what are some other things that are in place for a smoother transition back on campus? Or like can you talk more about the procedures for going on campus?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your question. And I can start off the question. I'll bring in a VP for Finance and Administration, Mike Neal, if I'll kind of tee him up to get ready to go maybe into a little bit more detail. But one of the overarching things that I wanted to share is that we are, as I said before, looking at safety. We keep very closely, we closely monitor what's happening in the city from a COVID standpoint, the rate of people being infected by the virus. And so we keep track of that. We make sure that we are not doing anything that's going to cause us to have outbreaks on the campus and clusters. And so you will see from time to time, we will say we have to close a room or so because someone has self-reported that they've been infected, they have the virus. And so we'll close and we'll clean. Well, the health department comes out and checks to make sure that we're doing what we need to do. But if they start to see that it looks like it's a cluster, then that's where there will be other steps that have to be taken. And so we are trying to do everything we can to make sure we don't have a cluster, an outbreak that happens on the campus. So we've opened gradually in phases. And so we started in July with the career and technical programs, and we chose those because those are programs that cannot be offered online. So you think about welding or automotive mechanics. I mean, you can't fix a car online, weld online. So that was our priority. And career and technical programs are still, in terms of face-to-face, on campus, those are priorities, again, for the same reason. You can't do those online. The other classes, that anything that can be taught online is online. And any service or program that can be offered online, it is online. Again, safety is the number one priority. Now, as things improve, we are going to gradually phase in other areas to come back. We have not been assured yet that is safe enough for a campus of our size with roughly an average of almost 10,000 students and roughly 1,000 employees. That's a small city. And so we have to be very careful about what we do. And so right now, this is where we are. And so we're making the best of this situation. But as things improve, we will start to gradually come back and you will see certain services be offered face to face. And Mike, VP Neal, if you have anything that you'd like to add about that as well, please feel free.
Thank you, Dr. Hall. What I will say is I agree 100% with what Dr. Hall said. We're phasing it in. And so we've got a very safe campus. I will say that here's some things that you can do now. Number one, if you have books, you can order those online and then pick them up on campus and reserve parking spaces. Number two, if you want to get a library book and want to make a reservation, you can do that online and still come and pick that up on campus. Number three, we do have some limited computer labs that are open that you can come on campus and you can use those. And then number four, as you mentioned, you can also order via the cafeteria, order online, and then come and pick it up. So we do have some services available where you can use the campus facilities. It's in a nice, safe way, allow you to engage and come on campus from time to time if you need any of those four services that I just mentioned. So those are all available as we speak, and we started those in the fall, and we'll carry those over into the spring as well.
Great. Thank you, Vicki Neal, and Daphne Thomas, our marketing executive director. I see in the chat she's placed a link to the COVID dashboard. And so this is for you at any time to go on the website and look at the COVID dashboard. And what that shows you are the numbers of cases that we've had. So we encourage you, if you, especially you've been on campus, to self-report. Again, it's about the good of everyone to be forthright with what you may have come into contact with, because COVID is a global pandemic, and it spreads through contact with people. And so the more we can limit our interactions, as unpleasant as it may be and feel, it's safer. But there will be people that have contracted COVID from wherever. And so we have appreciated those folks that have called through and have gone through the process of saying that they have they have COVID. And so if they've been on campus, the process that we take to make sure we clean the space. We used to shut down whole buildings, but Shelby County Health Department visited with us a couple weeks ago and said that we no longer needed to do that. But as long as we clean the spaces that the person identified as having visited, that would be sufficient. And so that's what we have done. That dashboard will allow you at any time to go on there and see how many cases we have. We report that each week to our system office that's located in Nashville, and they report that to the state. So everything's there for you to see. And so far, thankfully, we have avoided having a cluster. So groups of people that's, in a particular location, and it's spreading, through that either group or possibly through the campus. We've avoided that, and that's what we plan and want to continue to avoid, that type of a situation. So hopefully we answered your question, Ms. McCarthy.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I saw that Michaela asked her question in the chat as well. She wanted to know if we were going to have basketball this season, and when will the next time we can do one-on-one tutoring in the library.
So if I can bring in Sherman Greer, I failed to mention that Sherman Greer also oversees athletics as well. And so he's executive director of government relations. And then he also works closely with our athletics programs and coaches. And so if Mr. Greer can speak to that, I would appreciate it.
Good afternoon, Sherman Greer. So the basketball, all athletic seasons for fall have been canceled, but so they're in a practice only state right now. But they will have, we're projecting that there will be an official season for basketball in the spring. Of course, that's depending on health conditions, but we are projecting that we will have basketball games and all the sports will start up in the spring. That will be the second week of January, but we are not certain in terms of if fans or students or any of us will be able to attend. So those are things we're working on. There will be updates to the COVID page as we're approaching that time. But right now we're in a heightened state in the county right now. We're just above a 1% reproductive rate, which is the highest in the state. So if that is around a 1 around that time, I think we would not have fans and there will only be games, but they will be broadcast. So all of our games are streamed as well. But there will be updates in the future about that.
Thanks, Sherman.
Thank you. Let's see. Elizabeth Clark, you have your hand raised.
Yes, Madam President, thank you. I have more of a comment instead of a question. I just kind of wanted to shout out the departments that I work for. I have the privilege of serving the Office of Recruitment as a student ambassador, and I also have the privilege of serving student development in the student body as the vice president of Macon Cove. And I want to, one, shout out my president, Shannon. She is like the greatest supporter. Two, I want to shout out Phoenix, Tamara, and Sierra because they are so encouraging because these times are hard. So they make it possible for me to be there for the student body. And of course, my love for recruitment. Everybody that has ever heard me talk about anything knows how much I love recruitment and how much I love my boss, Sean, and Dr. Brown, and Kanisha, and everybody in the office. And it has, I have dropped out probably 20 times and not literally, but I've probably dropped out like 20 times because this is so overwhelming. And I'm just so thankful that we have a Southwest family that pulls it back together to make sure that we get all of our goals done. And I know that we don't really, talk about all of this, but I just want y'all to know how much I appreciate y'all being there for me and giving me the tools that I can do to give to the student body, because people ask me questions all the time. Everybody knows who I am. They know my email. They know my phone number. Everybody's like, what are you doing? What do we do? What are you doing? I'm just like, I don't know. Hold on. So I just want to thank the people that I get to work for and get to teach me. And I want y'all to know that I'm thankful.
Oh, what a nice thing to say, Ms. Clark. I appreciate you giving a public shout out to student development and recruitment and all the folks under that umbrella, enrollment services, Dr. Brown and her leadership. I really appreciate you saying that publicly. I think a lot of times when we work and this is our passion and our mission, and we don't do it for the thanks, but it's always nice to hear. And because when you talk about you drop out maybe figuratively, not literally, but figuratively, and you need that support. In a time like this, a pandemic, we all need the support. It's tough times right now, and we have to keep ourselves together. Physically, we want to be well, but mentally, we want to be well. And so, when you mentioned the being a part of the team, being a part of the family, the people you work with and for, that's very important that everyone pulls together. And I'm so happy to hear that that's your experience. But I expect no less from any of the people that you mentioned because they are all rock stars. So kudos to all of you. Appreciate you all. And thank you for that comment.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yes. Thanks, Shannon.
Carl Slappy, I see you have your hand raised.
I do. Oh, wow. Can everybody hear me okay? Maybe a little too much. I'll just ask my question in the box because I got an echo.
Okay. Good to see you, Mr. Slappy.
Miss Boylan, do I see your hand go up?
You did, Shannon. While we were waiting for other hands, I just wanted to mention to you because I'm monitoring the chat. So when we have a pause, if you want to look over or you can ask me, but there are a couple of questions in the chat. I'll go ahead and ask one of them since I just read it from Leah McKinley. She wants to know, is there an update on the students that previously graduated, because there are several that are saying they still have not received their diplomas and want to know if there's an update about that.
Yes, I will kick it to our new registrar, Mr. Brandon Felder. This year, because of COVID, we moved solely to diplomas on demand, which helped facilitate getting transcripts out in a timely fashion. But if there are delays, I want him to respond to a timeline of expectation for those who might not have received their diplomas already. Brandon, if you will take over, please.
Let's see. Can you guys see me?
No, but we can hear you. We
Okay.
see your background, but we can't see you.
Okay. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Okay. I just want to let you guys know that if you have any questions about the diplomas, just shoot an email to graduation@southwest.tn.edu. Leah, we can contact you. I see the issue with yours, so we're going to send you an email today just to let you know about what's going on with yours. But right now, if you graduated in the spring, your degree was already mailed out. Just to give an update on that. For summer folks, your degree is in process already. The order was sent out this week to Diplomas on Demand.
Thank you, Mr. Felder.
No problem. Yes.
Dr. Nikita, I see your hand was raised.
Yes, I just want to make a quick comment while we're waiting for others to ask their questions. October 19th, that is your opportunity to go ahead and select your classes. It's important for spring of 2021 that you go ahead and get those classes. We do not want our continuing students to be coming to advising in January. You know why? Everybody in the world comes to us in January. We do not want our continuing students to be looking around and taking the last courses. I mean, selecting courses that are not conducive to your work schedule. So go ahead, go into Navigate, Student Navigate. Make your appointment now so you can have your courses ready. And October 19th, you want to go in and you want to go ahead and register for your courses for the spring of 2021. Thank you.
Okay. Great.
Let's see, Ms. Thomas, you have a question?
So I have a question. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hey, how
Yes.
you doing, Miss Hall?
Hi.
I have once again, I hate we end up coming to this point, but I have a matter at hand again this semester. Last semester it was because I got dropped from a class when they found out it was not my fault, and then you seen me, and I had told you I had been trying to get the issue resolved all week long and wasn't able, was just getting the runaround.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm getting the runaround. It's gonna be October. I'm still waiting to receive my Pell Grant. I haven't received it. I was just awarded a scholarship. I didn't get that. They took my scholarship money and applied it to my schooling, and they keep telling me that I need to do a selected services form. But why? It's already in my file. I done a selected service form before I initially started going to Southwest. So I've been on this matter. I still haven't got my financial aid, period. So I don't even know how much more longer I'm gonna be in school. They took my scholarship money and used that to pay for my class. But I'm getting the runaround. I've been getting the runaround for the longest. I done went through the proper channel.
Mm-hmm.
I called to speak with the supervisor. They told me I had to make an appointment. I left my information. I never got a call from them. Now I don't want to step on nobody's toes or nothing, but at the
Right.
same time, it's affecting me.
Right. I
I
understand.
don't have money to get my books. I don't want to get too behind in school. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something I want to do. But I can't keep going through this. I keep getting the runaround. I'm not getting what I need. Then they just told me I need to um, I need to write a statement about so they can attach it with the selected services. Now I called them yesterday, and the man was like, "We've been sent you a letter out." I said, "Yeah, I need another one." He said, "Well, we'll send you another one." And I'm wondering, why is this an issue? This is my third semester in school. This
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be an issue.
That's right.
So I don't have no money for nothing. I don't even know what my future look like if I'm still going to be able to go to school because I'm getting the runaround.
Dominique,
Dr. Hall.
Let me say, Mr. Thomas, what's your major? Just if you give me that information. I can't
Business.
see your face, but that seems like I
Oh,
remember.
wow. Hold up. I'll show you my face. I'm in school for business. I'm going to school for business and finance, if you can see me. Now, last year, I was walking. I'm the guy that was on the crutches. I was walking last year. I told you it took me a whole week. I was getting a runaround. You stepped in, I got it taken care of. I
Yeah.
didn't want to get to this point where I had to even speak to you about this issue.
Yeah.
But this is a mouth. Look, we started school in August. It's going to be October. I still haven't been awarded my financial aid. They keep telling me, "Oh, well, it's not on you. It's not your fault. We pulled the paper." But if y'all pull the paper, it don't take a whole month for the paper to go through and for me to get awarded, for me to continue going to school. I hate going through. I haven't been getting nothing but the runaround.
I understand. I wanted to see your face because I thought your story sounded familiar, and I remember you still persevering even though you were on crutches and
Hey,
seeing
but
you. I believe we were near the cafeteria.
Yes.
Things like a little while ago. Well, let me just first apologize to you for what you have gone through. I don't know the whole story, of course, I don't know, but I do hear your frustration.
Well,
And
you know what?
I know I understand what it's like to be frustrated, and you are very goal oriented. Again, someone that's on crutches still trying to get their college work in. I listen, I admire you. And so VP Faulkner, who oversees financial aid, she's here and she's spoken before. She's going to talk to you in general terms right now, because we won't talk specifically about your situation, but I can guarantee you that it's going to be addressed.
Absolutely. And I can just echo what Dr. Hall said, Mr. Thomas. I apologize that you have received the runaround and that you're having a persistent experience, it sounds like, that goes against what we expect for our students. And so Dr. Hall is exactly correct. Your financial aid information is very personal, so I will not talk about it in this forum, but I will give you my office telephone number again. Please call my office. So if you've tried to talk to a supervisor or a financial aid specialist or anyone else and have not gotten a response, now I'm telling you to call my office directly. And I promise you, we will get to the bottom of what is happening with your financial aid. My telephone.
Okay, hold on. Yes.
Okay, my telephone number is 333-5968. And you will immediately connect with Miss Gloria Riley, who's my direct assistant, and she will work with you on behalf of me and through me to get your situation resolved.
Yes. So they keep telling me it's not my fault. They keep saying the form has been in my file since I first started school. They told me over a month ago they pulled it and they sent it off. It don't take no month to get no response
Well,
back.
let me say this. When you're being told it's not your fault, then that means there's an action that we must do on our end, and I assure you that it will be done if your file is held up on our end. And if it's something else that you need to do, all of that information will be shared with you.
Yes, because I'm not getting nothing now.
Yes.
VP Faulkner, Dr. Hall, and Dominic. This is Rosalind in financial aid. His information was forwarded to me yesterday to review, and I am the admin. I'm not a specialist, but when I reviewed the file, I escalated it to Ms. Johnson yesterday.
Rosalind, before we go further, we will not deal with financial aid situation over this forum. So again, I've directed Mr. Thomas to reach out to us, so we will deal with that because it is his personal information and protected information. So we will deal with his situation.
No, I'm just saying it's already been escalated, VP Faulkner. That's what I'm saying. I escalated it to Ms. Johnson yesterday when I received it. So I'm not trying to give his information, just letting you know that it has been escalated. It was given to me yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
And Mr. Thomas, this is Miss Johnson.
Yes.
And as she has escalated that to me, I will review that information. I am actually working on some very important things at the moment. I have a couple of days to finalize, but I will go in and look at it, and I will give. Is your phone number information? I will give you a call as well.
It should. It will be greatly appreciated. It'll be greatly appreciated once this matter get resolved.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to know, well, this semester, well, last semester I tried for radiology, but I guess I didn't have enough credit hours for radiology, so I'm taking some more classes this semester, and for next semester, do I apply for radiology or do I sit out that semester?
Do we have an advisor? Thank you for your call. I'm trying to see, is that Miss Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm trying to see if Miss Dr. Nikita, sounds like an advising question.
Say it again. I heard some of it. I just heard that you applied for
I
the
applied for
radiology.
radiology, but I didn't make it due to the fact of my GPA. I didn't have enough.
Right.
My GPA was low or whatnot, and so now I'm taking some more classes this semester, which is fall. So for next semester, it's spring. Do I wait out that semester, or what do I do?
I tell you what, put your information. I'm going to send you my email. So send me an email and let me look at it, because I'm unable to just talk about your information over this platform. But I'm going to put my email in the chat, and then you send me I'm going to put my email address in the chat, and you go ahead and send me your email me, and I'll call you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I see that we have some questions over here in the chat. Comfort wants to know if the spring semester is going to be in person or virtual.
Again, and you said Comfort.
Yes.
I mentioned earlier about the phased entry. It just depends on what the health conditions are. And if things look like they are improving, that is certainly what we would plan to do, is to phase in various areas, various services. But at this point, as Mr. Greer mentioned, we are still in a very unhealthy state as it relates to COVID. Not to mention that we're approaching flu season, and the predictions are that it won't be great during the flu season, also with COVID. So at this point, we're not planning to, but again, we're monitoring the situation, and if things improve, we certainly will begin to phase in more offices, more programs. But if things are as they are today, no.
And I have another question from Miss Powell.
Yes.
Yes, I was asking, when will we receive like refunds from financial aid?
Okay. See, VP Faulkner, would you like to take that, or?
Actually, refunds are a VP Neal question, or Miss Wallace. I'm not sure if Bursar is on the call.
That's right.
I'm here, and I think she is as well. I'll start, and I'll kick it over to Sandra. All refunds have been processed. You should have received your Pell refund by now, and other refunds that were processed late last week and early this week. So you should have received it, especially if you are signed up for electronic refunds. Sandra, anything you want to expand on there?
Good afternoon. The refunds for Pell were issued, I can't remember, about a week ago or so. If you are in a part of term 2 or 3 and you are waiting on a Pell refund, that will not be issued until the part 2 or 3 Pell funds have posted to your account. And that will be later on this semester. Did that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. And Elizabeth Clark, you have another question or comment?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so first I want to apologize to my boss, and I want to correctly introduce him as Dr. Sean Boyd. First off, my question is about the spring registration. When do the appointments open, and when does the spring is the appointments opening and the spring lineup being released for us to register different dates, or both of those October 19th? Because usually the appointments start before, and I just want to make sure that I have that clear.
Okay. The appointments are open now. They start September 15th. So you can make your academic advising appointment now.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can register October 19th. Correct. Okay. That's when the portal opens.
Okay, cool. I just want to
answer your question, Miss Elizabeth.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Nikita.
Thank you, Liberty.
I was trying to check the chat to see if there was any other questions that we had missed. And it looks like no one else has their hand raised.
Excuse me, Shannon, did you get the question from Janisha Owens that just came in?
What does,
let's see. I'll ask it if you don't see it. Her question.
Okay. I would like to know how long it takes for my classes to be paid for. I have money on my account. Classes start in like a week and a half.
Okay. VP Neal?
Yeah, Sandra, I'm going to let you take that one if you don't mind.
I'm not quite sure I understand what they are asking exactly, but the way the process works is after classes start for this part of term, it'll be approximately 7 days after the classes start. If it's Pell funding, it will be posted the 7th day. At that point, approximately 7 to 14 days later, refunds will be issued if a Pell refund is due on the account. I hope I answered according to what you were asking.
Miss Elaine?
Yes, it's me again. I don't want to stop no one else from talking, but information we are missing out. I am in a situation, I'm changing to a dual. If anybody consider changing to a dual, you have till November 1st to change your status. How do I know? I attend the meetings. I get all the good stuff. 2, I want to know about the lab. They're saying the labs are open. Explain to me. I miss going to academic support center. Believe me, I have reached out for help. Dr. Claxton, everybody helping me. But what I'm saying to you, if the labs are open, can we print? Can we come on campus with appointment and print?
You mentioned tutoring.
Tutoring that's been worked out. Okay, I'm working on this about the tutoring part. Okay. I want to thank your staff, Dr. Miss Gloria Riley. She's wonderful. I'm gonna take care of myself. They working on that. I'm working on that. Believe me. But the part is, if they said the lab is open, can I come on campus and print? When will our rights to print be given back to us? I'm old-fashioned. Yes. I need it.
You need to print. Jeremy, I think I'm looking at you. You can't see me, but I think you'd be a great person to answer this.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Swain, thanks for that question. And that's exactly the primary use for students that have made reservations to come on and use the computer labs. That's predominantly what they're doing, is coming in there to print off a couple of pages or print a few things out. If you'll give me just a second, I'll post a link in the chat, or maybe if Daphne can before I do. But there'll be a link to the reservations form that our IT department built for us, where you can make a reservation to come in to use a lab. We have one lab open at Macon, Union, Maxine Smith, and Whitehaven. It's staffed from 9 until 4. There are a couple of breaks in the middle of the day so that our custodial staff can come in and clean and sanitize. But absolutely, that's what that's for, and we'll put that link out there for you in just a minute.
Okay, thank you. Y'all do a wonderful job. I just nosy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? Or I can wrap it up with some announcements.
I got a comment.
Shannon.
I want to thank y'all for taking out your time to assist us in our journey. Without you, we'll be nothing. Without you, we'll be lost. Without your credential, without your hard work and shedding tears and striving and raising your sleeves up, we'll be nothing. And I just want to, I'm not complaining. Believe me, I thank you for all you do. And you know, I have to give Miss Gloria Ryder some credit. One night I was on the computer and it shut down on me, and I'm saying, I got to keep some proof of this. I got to keep some proof of this. Miss Gloria Ryder got about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, asked the email. She said, Miss Swain, I am on vacation, but I will handle it. But Miss Dr. Tracy Hall, you got some awesome staff.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you know, when I get to crying and doing like this, believe me, they come to my rescue. I just thank you for being there for us. We have to, and your staff lifting you up.
Yes.
You are doing a marvelous job. And you think I don't want none of some of that Southwest knowledge and that? Yes, I want all of it. Thank you, Dr. Hall, your staff. And I know this situation about this course going to get worked out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All of you all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Swain, for your comments and your compliments. We certainly appreciate it, and I would agree with you. My staff, and I tell them this all the time, it's the best place I've ever worked. I've said it publicly. I've said it when I've been recorded saying it. So I'm certainly not going to say anything that I don't believe, and I know it's recorded. Great faculty, great staff, best place I've ever worked. Very focused on doing what's right, what's best for students. Coming together as a community, and that is just the best environment to be a part of as a faculty member, as a staff member, as a student, as the president. I couldn't have asked for a better situation, and so I appreciate you all. Students, I miss you all. I've worked in higher ed my entire career, and one of the reasons why is because I love the campus. I love seeing the students and that feeling the energy. And so as much as I know we have to be in this situation because of COVID, if I said that it makes me feel a little down, that I can't feel the energy that I normally can feel when we have a pizza with the president. I can kind of, I can see you moving and you're getting the pizza. And I love the fact that you're going to be able to go and get your own pizza and eat by yourself, but I always have enjoyed that interaction with students. And so I miss that today. I've enjoyed hearing from you, but I have to tell you that I do miss you. I miss seeing you in person, and I look forward to being able to see you. And I just want you, before we wrap things up, you've had a lot of great questions, but just for me, for your little old president, just tell me how you doing. How are you all doing? Just from not just a school perspective, but how are you mentally keeping yourselves together? Because it's really important. So many students, we've had a drop in enrollment, and we focus a lot of times on the students that, for whatever reason, they did not return. But I want to talk to those of you that decided to keep moving. Tell me just a few comments. I know everyone can't speak, but just a few folks, if you can say, just give us a little insight as to what made you continue despite everything that's going on. And if there's anything else, in addition to all the other things, I know financial aid and all the other things, but are there any other things that we could do to help you keep moving and keep going on? We don't know how long we're going to be in COVID. So we have to stay ready and well. And so I just need to hear I need to hear from you a little bit more. I know we're probably ready to wrap up, but I'm not ready to let you go just yet. Just a few more minutes. Tell me how you're doing. You can put it in the chat, and I can see that, and you can read a few comments. But I'd like to hear from just a few of you. Tell me
Okay,
how's it
I
going?
started off.
Okay.
I'm doing great, but I know that we are living in tough times, and we have to lift one another up.
Right.
And when a closed mouth don't get fed,
Right.
sometimes a person need a kind word. But we are doing great because you care. That show us you care. If you don't know the answer, say, I get back with you. But the tone of voice, tone of voice when a person is reaching out, let them know how you feel about the situation without saying a word. But y'all doing a wonderful job. You know, our ears is itching, and we got different tones, but you're doing wonderful. You are what you eat, but then again, you are what you do. You don't do it right the first time, and they come back on you the second time. You got to correct yourself, but y'all doing wonderful. I love to talk, but y'all are doing a wonderful job in times like this.
Thank you
You're
so
doing
much.
wonderful. And the little narrator, I see you smiling over there. Miss Shannon Crowder, you did a wonderful job. You know,
Yes,
you could be doing something else. Y'all got young children, and this is a sacrifice y'all young children, and just do what you're doing.
That's
Believe me, y'all
that's
just
right.
keep doing what you're doing. I can't sing, but I can cook. I love just making people feel good, and the way you make people feel good is when you feel good within. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I see some comments coming in on the chat, and someone wants to read maybe one or two.
Yes, we have Terry asked how we can get Scantrons, and then Elizabeth responded and let her know that we could get them from the bookstore. But I actually just talked to this student earlier. He came by and got a Scantron from my apartment. He tried ordering it from the bookstore, but he was having trouble checking out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's a problem with that website or who can help him with that.
Anyone have any response to that about the website?
Yes, sir, Dr. All. We can check on that. That's through our third-party provider company called Solid. I'll follow up after this to make sure that the checkout process is working properly.
Yes, good. If I can call your attention to the chat, it does mention, someone has mentioned about depression. We do have mental health counseling if needed, and there's a link in the chat, and I'd encourage you all to take advantage of that. If you need to talk to someone, we do have that available as well. I think there's career counseling. If you're thinking about now changing majors or what your major will be, all of our services, we have never closed. And so our services have stayed, remained available to you. And we want to make sure you take advantage of that. So again, when we say we're here for you, we really are. It's just in another format, out of necessity. But we're still available to you and for you. Okay. Any other comments? If not, Shannon, thank you.
Can I make an announcement?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Melanie Johnson.
Yes, yes. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to do a reminder, and everybody, Shannon, you have done a great job. I have not met you in person, but you are doing an awesome job. I really love it. I love your energy. Thanks for everybody who's participated today. But just like Dr. Ashford mentioned, I wanted to do a reminder. On Thursday, the FAFSA application will be available for the 2021-2022 academic year. You can start filling that out on Thursday. You will need your federal student aid ID and your PIN number to complete it. Also, our virtual office hours that we had started when we initially went home for COVID, they will be resuming according to the schedule that's on the website. So if you need to speak to a financial aid person virtually, you will be able to get into those sessions starting next week, okay? If you need a special appointment with somebody, like VP Faulkner mentioned earlier, you can go on and get the financial aid specialist information off of the website and send them an email, and they can set an appointment with you, okay? Thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you, Shannon, for your leadership. I appreciate you. You've done a fantastic job, and all of the SGA officers and student leadership, just fantastic, fantastic. So proud of you all.
And I would like to remind everyone to please follow our SGA on our social media accounts on Instagram and Twitter for upcoming details about our contest. The last day to register to vote is October 5th. So make sure we get out there online, sign up. This is a very important election year. We also have a couple of student events coming up on Zoom. We have a Saluqi Fitness on September 30th at noon, and a virtual cell phone smackdown on October 6th at noon. Also, our SGA Live will be Tuesday, October 13th at 2 o'clock, where you can come just like we did here and ask questions, comments, or concerns, and we'll address those that day as well.
So it looks like we had a question in the chat in reference to Flex 2 courses.
Be honest with you, everybody don't have Instagram and Snapchat. That's for the young folks. Yes, Shannon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I would like.
What was that, Mr. Thomas?
Is there any other way that we can get in contact with you all besides Instagram and Snapchat? To me, I'll be honest with you, that's for the young people. You don't have a lot of old people on Snapchat and Instagram.
Well, I have my email address here on this slide, and if you would like to enter in this contest, you may just send your proof of registering to my email, and you will be entered in the contest. And I miss seeing you around school. I remember seeing you in the library many times.
Every day. Only thing I was missing was a bed in there. And a kitchen.
I know. Same.
It's very hard and complicated right now already with the way that things are going, because this is something totally beyond the normal, so to speak. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, even though there's something that's beyond the normal, it's like, we trying to make the best of a bad situation, really, you know what I'm saying? And the reason, like the president was talking about us in school, you got to understand, this has been for us to go to school during such difficult and hard times. That says a lot. That speaks volumes by itself, because you got a lot of people that was like, man, I'm not going to school. I'm gonna sit this one out because it's too much going on. So for us to dedicate ourselves to our education and we pursuing it, that's a lot within itself, other than the fact of other problems and issues that we might be going through that add on top of that.
That's right. Absolutely, absolutely. Just kudos to all of you all, because it's a lot going on and you could have made other decisions, but we're so happy that you chose to continue your education. And we want you to know that we are here to support you and to help you make it through and not give up. We want to see you back in the spring. You can't give up. This crisis shall pass. And your goals still remain very relevant. And so we want to see you back in the spring. And we want you to talk to other students or potential students if they're wavering or thinking that they need to keep things, just wait until after COVID. Encourage them to continue in their education. And you're right, Mr. Thomas. We're making the best of a bad situation. And I think I saw your comment about the staff being on one accord. I have to say, again, kudos to the entire faculty and staff of Southwest. Are we perfect? No, we're not perfect. We make mistakes because we're human. Are there things that we can do better? Yes, of course. And that's one of the reasons why we have these types of forums, so that we can hear directly from you as to what we need to do to improve. And we work very hard to make sure that we address all of those issues. But we are all pulling together. I've been so proud of everyone pulling together. And I'm proud of you all for continuing in your education. It's a lot, and so we commend you. We're proud of you, and we're going to work hard to make sure we support you in every endeavor, every effort, and we hear your frustrations. We understand your frustrations, and that's why we don't want to add to it. It's already enough stress out there in the world without having to come, even if it's online, come virtually to school and have even more stress. So I can guarantee you that we're going to work to make sure that we address all of these issues that were mentioned in the questions and that we have in the chat, so that we can help to help you continue on in your goals.
And again, if you want to receive your free pan-sized pizza, please drop your name and Southwest email address in the chat, and someone from student development will get with you to see what kind of toppings you would like. And let us all thank Dr. Tracy Hall and administration. Thank you all for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting us each semester. We love it. Look forward to it. Be safe, you all. Be well. Thinking about all of you. Miss you.
And Miss
Thank you.
Okay.
Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank
Shannon.
you. If there's any unanswered questions,
Phoenix,
please
your
email
staff.
them to studentdevelopment@southwest.tn.edu.
Quick
Excellent
announcements.
job, Shannon.
Good seeing you, Dr. Hall. Be safe.
Good seeing you too, Mr. Worthy. Be safe.
Can you hear me,
Thank you
Shannon?
all. Great job. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.